Good morning, Ian Crouch with your 8:30 Hunter News update. 3 staff members at separate Hunter homes run by disability and aged care support provider Connectability have tested positive to COVID-19. The staff members work at independent living homes at Glendale, Lambton and Merriweather. Connectability says residents in these homes have been tested and placed in isolation while being cared for by other staff. The service says the affected homes and vehicles are being deep cleaned, and it's working with New South Wales Health to identify any further close contacts. Meanwhile, residents at a Cardiff apartment tower are anxiously awaiting test results after 3 residents tested positive for the virus. Hunter New England Health says the cases are all from the same family and have been moved to another location to self-isolate. The 30 residents of the Sturt Road complex have been told to stay put until they receive a negative result. A family of 6 have been treated for smoke inhalation after a fire broke out in their rural property at Merriweather early this morning. Emergency services were called to the 4-bedroom homestead off Idaville Road at 3:30 to find smoke coming from the rear of the property where the bedrooms are located. 2 adults and 4 children self-evacuated and were treated by paramedics at the scene. Crews quickly extinguished a fire in a wall cavity but remained at the home for more than an hour checking the roof space for any possible spread of the flames. Coal ash dams across the Hunter and Central Coast are the focus of environmental campaigners, urging the New South Wales Government to act on recommendations from the 2020 inquiry. The inquiry recommended New South Wales Health undertake a health assessment of residents near coal ash dams, and the EPA explores the environmental impacts of the waste product. A reuse task force was recommended to achieve at least 80% reuse of coal ash into building products by next year. Lawyer Bronya Lipsky from Environmental Justice Australia says the task force should engage with the community to develop rehabilitation plans.
Making sure that those recommendations are implemented as robustly as possible, and do the right thing by the community, make sure that a range of activities are undertaken as a result of the government accepting those recommendations.
Researchers at the University of Newcastle hope to unlock the mystery behind the early onset of ovarian cancer thanks to a major grant of almost $600,000. They've been studying women with a family history of ovarian cancer to identify a blood-based protein which could help save the lives of millions of women across the globe. The funding from the Ovarian Cancer Foundation will be used to help establish methods to detect early-stage ovarian cancer. The annual Singleton Book Fair will return in 2022, this time with a new sponsor. The Singleton PCYC has taken over the reins of the initiative after the local Lions Club announced it could no longer support the event. PCYC manager David Andrews says the book sale will be used to fund the club's free-of-charge mission programs.
I was a bit nervous, to be honest, but no, they were quite excited about the prospect of someone taking the book fair over, and Mrs. Merrick's been very supportive since then as well, talking to me about some of the details about how they do stuff, and I've taken over the keys of the pavilion, and the NAA pavilion's already been booked for the book fair next year.
2NURFM Sport.
Despite recent contract extensions for Jacob and Daniel Saifiti, the Knights are set to lose Connor Watson to the Roosters next season. While the club made a lucrative offer in the hope of retaining the utility, Watson was set on his decision to return to his former club. Coach Adam O'Brien says the squad will not let the news derail their push for the finals. Meanwhile, Knights rookie forward Jairo Momoisi will make his NRL debut against the Bulldogs on Saturday, with Daniel Saifiti and Tyson Frizzell out with injury and a high tackle charge respectively. Edgeworth are preparing to return to the NPL without star striker Jeremy Brockie if the 2021 season resumes. Coach Michael Bridges will look to replace the striker, who returned to Queensland after the Hunters' lockdown was announced, with Christian Braimora set to cover for him after returning from groin surgery. And Hunter syndication company Australian Bloodstock have added French galloper Gold Trip to their campaign for a second Melbourne Cup. And the winning numbers in Oz Lotto are 35, 15, 44, 5, 18, 32 and 38, and the supplementaries are 42 and 16. And now you're up to date with the latest 2NURFM Hunter News.